Good morning, lovelies. It is day 2. All right, so let's take a look at our starters. Not much happened overnight. This one is our regular starter. So you can see not much is happening in there. One is our gluten-free starter. Same thing. A little bit of slush on the top. That's normal. So first we're going to give these a little mix. And it's important to smell it, and taste it, and do all that stuff. You don't have to taste it, but you can get a nice taste of the aroma there. And so now we're going to go ahead and feed it. But I want to show you something that happened. So because I did a feeding in the morning and the evening, I took the morning feeding and I added it to my jar of already fermented gluten-free starter. So you can see those lovely bubbles and it jumped right out of the jar. So now it's really poofy and ready to bake with. So I'll be doing that in a little while. But let's go ahead and feed our starters. It's the same for gluten-free as it is for regular. So we're just going to do one of them. So let's get us some flour. Take that little spatula right out of there. And I'm going to place that guy right on the scale. I'm going to zero it out. I'm going to get a spoon and some water. Oh, I'm not prepared today. Bear with me. Okay. A spoon and some water. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add, doesn't really matter if you add your flour first or your water first. So we're going to go ahead and add 60 grams of flour. Now you could add rye flour and that will help it ferment faster, but I don't want you having to buy stuff that you don't need. So if you're going to make the rye bread later, it's good to invest in it now. But if you're not, then just go with what you got. All right, there we go. And now we're going to add our water. So we're going to zero that out. And it's a good idea to get in a schedule so that you feed your starter every day at the same time. This way you won't forget, number one, and it keeps a healthy starter because starters really like to be fed. They get hungry. All right, so let's mix that in there. So of course I have an active starter already. So what I do is I keep that handy. And then I'll start this one for you guys. And then eventually I'll marry them up so I don't have starter all over the place. So that's all we do now. We cover that and we leave it at room temperature. Now my kitchen is very warm because I'm always baking. So you should keep it like 70, 77 degrees, somewhere in there. The colder it is, the slower it will be to ferment. So the important thing is that you keep it warm. And if you don't have a warm place, sitting on top of your router for your internet is a perfect place because it gives it off heat, keeps it about 70 degrees. It's a great place for it. But then you don't want to forget it. So I'm here to remind you to feed that baby. All right, my loves, let's keep trucking along. Don't lose momentum. Keep feeding it. See you tomorrow. And I'll be on tonight at 8 in case anybody has any questions.